What's up, Legends? Welcome to the Augment Showcase for Stamin-Up. I unlocked all 6 available for the perk and went in to test each of them to see how they perform so that you would know exactly what to expect, as they can take some time to unlock across each individual item. The order I cover these is in the exact same that you will unlock them when doing the research, but I will include a best or at least my favorite combo at the end as well. Stamin-Up by default increases our base movement speed, making it more important as rounds pass and enemies increase in speed. Hard Target is our first minor augment and the first you will unlock during the research process. It reduces projectile damage while tactical sprinting, and after some testing, it appears by 25%. This would be specifically useful against the Mangler Blast, but also helpful against the Parasites or even the rare Vermin Blast as well. Free Faller is our second unlock and first major unlock that makes us immune to fall damage. At this point in the game, there are not a ton of places you would be taking a ton of fall damage, but a perfect scenario where this would be helpful is in the case of taking some damage and maybe dropping off a height enough to do some fall damage, as then it would be one of those times where it would actually be keeping you from going down. This could be more relevant with the future maps depending on the landscape, or possibly in certain circumstances for the sake of shortcuts on Terminus. Quarterback is our next minor augment and allows us to use equipment while sprinting. This allows you to maintain your movement speed while running from a large horde, but also being able to turn around and use something like an impact grenade at a really quick rate, then continuing your movement. I honestly think this one isn't super important unless maybe you're going for high rounds where you'd be using a lot more equipment to survive. Outside of that, it's just going to be one of those things that maybe it's going to keep you alive because you can actually put some distance between yourself and the enemies upon that explosion. But outside of that, it's really just only going to benefit you when using equipment. Dasher is our next major augment that increases tactical sprint duration. Being able to move faster than the zombies, especially in later rounds, can be extremely helpful. By default, tactical sprint lasts about 10 seconds, and this will extend it by at least a couple. Despite being a decent speed boost, however, I think adding a couple of seconds may not be the biggest difference unless combined with other perks and augments. Hotfoot is our final minor augment that grants us a speed boost after your equipment kills an enemy. Speed boost is quite noticeable, but the only time you would find this useful is probably while running from a decent sized horde, taking them out with some equipment, and then using that speed boost to put some big distance between you and the zombies, especially at later rounds. One thing I didn't test though is if the consistent eliminations from something like a Casimir would provide a consistent speed boost. Stalker is our final major augment and grants faster movement while aiming. One thing that is always a benefit in zombies is being able to find more time to eliminate them, so having the ability to move faster while also aimed and likely firing is going to be incredibly useful. Using something like an LMG would benefit even more, as they can tend to be a bit slower, but even something like an SMG can benefit, allowing you to spend a lot more time firing while still avoiding damage a lot easier. Now, I think for my favorite or recommended combination, I would go with Stalker to get that boost of speed while aiming, and then Hard Target because taking less damage while tactically sprinting can easily be the difference between us surviving one of those Mangler Blasts and obviously not. So I think those could be one of the best possible combos. Now make sure you let me know down in the comment section below which combination you're enjoying with Stamin-Up, or one that you might think is going to be really solid, especially combined with other perks and augments. That's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!